So we're going to be doing an important video here, Tampa Bay, Miami. Now, reason why this is such a big game here in Week 17 is because of Carolina. There's major playoff implications here. The Buccaneers are 7-8 in this game. They just lost to Carolina last week. They need this win to stay alive. They've been able to control their destiny still up to this point. They just need to beat the Dolphins led by Quinn Ewers, and maybe then they will have a chance to win the South next week against Carolina. But if they lose and Carolina beats Seattle this week, the Bucs will be eliminated and the Panthers will go to the playoffs as the representatives of the NFC South. So Tampa's got a lot of pressure on them in this game. They need this win. Dolphins trying to play spoiler. Let's see what happens.
Him and Baker Mayfield getting sync again and then start to create this offense like they had in the first part of the season.
Second down and 2. This is Irving.
There's a good run for Buck.
Tampa Bay first down.
Looks like the Bucs are working with some backups today on the line. I can see it.
This is Jalen McMillan.
Screen to McMillan.
McMillan stopped 2 yards shy of the marker by Davis.
It's not bad.
They have 9 players with at least 300 yards from scrimmage, and
Woo! Woo!
is hit for a long.
How did he get there? How did he get there?
Players with at least 3.
Oh, he never set the block. You're going to see it up here. Keep an eye. I'll show y'all right here, okay? Somebody's going to climb up, and they're not going to get this block here.
Players with at least 300 yards from.
The tight end never got there. That's K-Dot, and he never got there for the block.
Irving is hit for a loss. Back at the
That's a huge loss there.
Down and 7 for Tampa
Can't have that
Bay.
happen.
Mayfield sets, throws, and it's caught for a
Jalen
Buccaneers
McMillan
first
getting a
down.
heavy workload in this
It's
game.
McMillan.
Easy catch for a first down.
10th play of the drive for Tampa Bay.
Yep.
As
I don't know
Mayfield
what the
is-
lineman was supposed to do there. You see him setting the edge there, and Baker did his thing. He stepped up and out of the way, but he saw that Baker went to run, bent in underneath, and Wuma
for
couldn't get the
Tampa
hold.
Bay As Mayfield is taken down.
I don't know what Chuck Wuma's supposed to do. I think you have to just go with the momentum of the player at that point, but that's on him.
Second down and 13. Mayfield over the middle.
That's absolutely on Chuck, but they got the first here.
That's his third catch. Third down and 4. Mayfield throws.
Touchdown Godwin right over the middle.
Chris Godwin.
So what you're going to see here, as they just showed on the cut, so you're running with 3 on one side, which means it's a heavy play from the left. You would expect at least 2 of these guys to be crossing to go to the middle side, and instead you would have one guy working out to pull one of the DBs away. Let's see if that ends up being the design, because if that's what it is, that would definitely open the inside door for Chris Godwin, depending on where the linebacker's positioned.
Really tight.
Yeah, he had the window. Baker fired quick. 21 definitely made a good attempt at the ball, but just a good catch from Godwin and good placement from Baker.
Next guy for the Dolphins at that quarterback spot.
Ooh, good trick play. Bucs can't guard that.
Waddle out to the 42-yard line.
That was a good play call.
Ewers throws on 3rd and 8.
Nobody had him. Gone.
Will be taken all the way by Theo Weiss Jr., 63 yards.
I don't even know who that is.
In his
Theo
second
Weiss
NFL
Jr.?
game.
Never heard that name before. We're going to have to watch the replay on this, but this is just not... This shouldn't be happening here.
Throws on 3rd and 8, and it's caught.
Tyke Smith's coming downhill, and it's going over him. What are we doing here?
Theo Weiss Jr.,
You got to go coast to coast,
63
not
yards
attack down.
In his second NFL game.
Quinn Ewers, back him up a little bit and give him a little.
He gets
time
behind
to throw
Dean.
it.
That's what it was. They ran a zone. Defense ran a zone coverage there. The assignment was not meant for Dean.
Back him up a little bit.
Look,
and give him
Dean's trying to cover the flat. He thinks the ball's going to the flat, and Weiss gets around him. And at that point, even Tyke doesn't know where this ball's going. He realizes last minute it's going to Weiss.
Jump the out route and let the Weiss get behind him. Let the wide receiver get behind him for a touchdown.
The deep route.
Here's Ewers. I just said Ewers is ready to throw this ball deep. He is not worried about these 5-yard outs, 6-yard in routes. They bring him back in.
It's a deep route. That's basically what it did. So they basically layered it. I'm going to draw it on the board because there's really no other way to describe it. I'm going to draw it on the screen here for y'all. Outside guy's running straight up. Just running the sideline like that, right? The guy underneath is coming up here, and he's just taking the out this way. When you're running this kind of route, depending on the coverage, the corner is going to try and drift with this deep route. But if the QB's looking to throw short and he sells the eyes down there because of this, this little contact point right here, if his eyes sell to that spot, then the DB could end up stopping and coming to attack down, which is what Dean did. And Tyke did the same thing, not realizing they were going for the deep route. So that's just bad awareness from the defensive backs there. I'm not blaming that on the call from the coaches, but the players should have known better. That I'm going to blame on the players. I'll give Bowles that. This is definitely on the defense. That's on the defense. They should have known better.
Really good at pass protection as well. Third down and 5. Mayfield, Evans. Buccaneers first down.
There's Evans. Big tough catch.
Seattle wins, it would still come down to next week.
Short in the flat. Excellent tackle.
Immediately by Tyrell Dodson.
Dodson, excellent tackle there, man.
Dolphins start from the 13-yard line. This is the first carry for Achane.
Achane didn't do much. Hasn't had a carry to that point. That's crazy.
This is Wright. Jalen Wright, his first carry after Achane.
Now, most people in this situation would be saying, oh, well, they didn't get the first down, so it's not a great run. No. Y'all are used to big runs and chunk runs like that. But if you look what happens here, here's the pitch. Blocking worked. He's trying to move out of the second level. He can't break away for a touchdown here for a big run. He can try to come back to the right, but that's just not going to happen because they're just going to combine. But look how much yardage he got on 1st and 10. He goes down at about 39 or 40. That's an 8-yard, 9-yard run. That's a huge run. It makes it second and really short and really easy to manage at that point. So that's the importance of the run game. When you can get those successful type of runs that get you five yards or more, it makes things easier, just like it just did there. Because Tampa's thinking they're going to go short here to just get the first down, but they're doing more than that. You can see it. Dolchich just falls right behind everybody because they all came down to attack the middle, and the Miami's doing a good job mixing up the options with the routes. It's like timing delays and everything that opens some kind of gap for Ewers to hit, and that's how Dolchich got free. Because look, it forced Winfield to have to come downfield, and there's this massive gap behind the linebacker and the nickel. And there's just this open space like that. And he could just hit the window anytime. Even if Winfield comes down, it's still getting caught by the big body guy. It's just, that's just football. It's good football. Oh, he's free. He's gone. He's gone. Oh, wait, it's Winfield. He's going to go down. Antoine Winfield does a good job saving plays from getting to the end zone. But the Bucs are just... They've just been breaking lately. They're not doing a great job holding up the red zone. Great angle, good pursuit. Tried to punch it. Good job with protection there. Good protection.
Second and goal from the 11.
Fake the screen. Oh, Dolchich shook off one.
And it's taken down inside the 5 by Dolchich.
The fact that nobody has picked up Dolchich and has been underrating him is pretty funny as he gets destroyed in the backfield. Not a good play. If they're sending blitz, why are you throwing a screen that's tight to the tackle box? Like, look, this is going straight to the tackle box, like to the edge of the tackle box here, and you just see the angle pursuit from Reddick. You kind of just know, like, this is going to get blown up. Like, come on. Like, Ewers walked away like, yep, that's it.
So here's Patterson, 29-yard attempt.
This gives Miami the lead for sure. They're not missing this. Yep. There you go. Just insane.
Empty backfield, second down and 8.
Okay.
Over the middle, it's Godwin who has the Bucs touchdown, and he picks up a first down.
You know, since Godwin's gotten back, the Buccaneers offense has really been working well, but only with Godwin. Like, Ibuka hasn't had many opportunities. He hasn't really gotten open often. He's been like the third or fourth fiddle guy now because they have Evans and Godwin together again. Evans isn't really getting insanely open, and Godwin's the one that's being consistent. McMillan's been good today too, but as I'm seeing, he's more like the short guy. They haven't really been using him on deep routes. It's been more Godwin and Evans, and the only guy that has real yak ability that we're seeing is McMillan and Godwin. Those are the only two. Evans is your big body homer ball guy. Same with the tight ends. That's what I'm seeing here. And the defenses know that too.
Mayfield firing downfield.
And right as I said that, it's picked. It's a bad throw from Baker.
And it's brought back by Marshall.
It's a really bad pick from Baker.
There is a flag.
Probably on Tampa.
You gotta really be prepared
or Miami, whoever it was. Either way, that pick's got to stand. It did.
This is
good block.
Backfield, first down.
Really good block.
Yeah, Bowles said, I thought Jahmyr Gibbs with the
That's
Lions
why they
was
always
quick.
pull
It's all
blockers
on
out
this
on
guy.
screens because it's hard for these guys to pick up on them. Screens are the new wave.
And then Ewers finds Dulcich. He's been his favorite target today. Dulcich picks up a first down. And
3 defensive linemen, 2 linebackers on the line of scrimmage trying to stop the run. Still can't do it.
Ewers swings it out. Achane, nice catch. Another first down, still going. And dragged down just outside the 10-yard line.
So far, he's been holding his own.
Second and goal following the penalty.
Underneath, get to the 10, cut the yardage down, that's fine.
Is brought down.
Actually cut down quite a bit of it.
From Ewers to Weiss.
But you got to get in the end zone.
And now Ewers throws. End zone.
Right on cue. And who is it?
It's Dulcich.
Great. Miami has seen a whole new form of this offense with Ewers, mainly because they're relying now more on their tight ends now that Tyreek is out. They're using Waddle. They know Waddle's the main guy at their receiver. That's fine. They really don't trust anybody else in that receiver group besides him to get the ball consistently. So they're using the tight ends Waller and Dulcich as extra wideouts because these guys are great receiving options. And Dulcich is probably, between him and Waller, the best blocker. So they get a well-rounded tight end who has good receiving ability alongside a guy who plays like a wide receiver. So they basically have 2 receivers and a well-rounded tight end. The offense is doing very well for Miami.
Huge first half.
Because of the adjustments they've made.
Get a little bit of pressure, but
and like, look, Reddick's been the one guy this year I think's been one of the worst free agent signings this year. It just hasn't worked out in Tampa. Not that he's a bad player, it just hasn't worked out.
For the Giants, second in the league in sacks. Pump fake on second down. Mayfield throws. McMillan makes.
Oh, he got so lucky. That ball was dead. That ball was dead.
And then it translates into Sunday. So that's what I'm seeing right now.
It was a dead ball.
Between Mayfield and McMillan.
A lot of pressure, just screen it.
Second down, complete to Irving.
There you go.
Up a Bucs first. Another flag.
Is it going to be going? Nope. Across the middle.
McMillan.
All right.
And it's Jones who wrapped him up. This will be a 55.
He got it.
Yard attempt, and it's blocked. Kick was blocked.
I don't think McLaughlin's actually missed a kick from 50-plus this year. That's his first. And it shouldn't even count as a miss. It's a block.
McLaughlin had been 11 for 11 from 50.
Oh, I was early right. Okay. Okay. I'm right.
You usually wouldn't talk to, right?
Ridiculous, honestly. He's just going to run it himself. He might as well.
And then he slides. He'll be marked down just short. Oregon, Texas Tech, and then the national championship in January.
There you go. Got a little soft spot there.
Johnson.
Yeah, let the rookie put some work in. They don't really game plan for him anymore.
Third down and 10. Mayfield.
Chubb is trying to break free. He's getting handled here.
Takes off. Dives. And will
there you go.
The first down.
Going back to that.
That's good play calling.
Mayfield lost the football.
I'm literally jinxing myself every time saying this. Literally jinxing myself every time. I say, oh, that's good football. That's a good football play. Like, then they do that. You do that, you ruin everything for me. Like, what's going on? We're running with 3 guys down here. These are the options we have. So we have 3 on this side. We got 1 on this side. You got a running back to the right. Simple look. Nothing too crazy. You have 5 on the line by themselves. They sent 4.
Might be going
Fine.
back to that.
There is no blitz. Baker has somebody in mind. I think he wanted Godwin. Because if you look at what's going on with Godwin here, right? He's about to break free right here, and there's a tight little window right here that maybe he hits. And also, Ott is coming back, which means he might go across this way. But this guy can converge. This guy can converge, but he's got a choice of which area to fall back on. And then this linebacker or DB, I don't know what he is, he has this whole area here to decide, and he can drop back further to eliminate a play. This is a very, very well-defended play. And then right here, you could check it down to Rashad if you really need to. Let him try to beat the guy one-on-one. Maybe he gets close to the goal line. You can run a play on 4th and goal. But rather than that, it looks like Baker commits to hitting Godwin here in this tight window. And if he tries to, I think he might have hesitated. No, he adjusted back. So now he cuts back here. He goes to fire and hit Godwin. He holds back. He doesn't let go of the football. He didn't like what he saw, and that caused the fumble.
Mayfield lost the football, picks it up, and stays on his feet. McLaughlin had
It's exactly what I thought it was. I definitely think he saw a read he liked finally, went to hit it, didn't work out, and it paid the price. I feel like that's kind of obvious for a guy like this. I feel like that just has to be the answer. And there goes coverage unit failing.
Washington, cross midfield.
I think that's Malik Washington. That's ridiculous. I'm telling you, this is terrible.
He'll be in Tampa next weekend. Here's Achane. Stays on his feet.
And they can't even tackle him. This team, they're run. Okay, I saw a stat going into this game that I didn't like. Okay, this is a stat I got. The Buccaneers' defense since week 9, because the first 8 weeks, the Bucs looked insane. They looked like a juggernaut, a team to beat in the NFC. Now things have kind of changed. Now the dynamic has changed. The Buccaneers, since week 9, this Todd Bowles guru defense, 29th in points per game, which means they're allowing the 5th, I think, top 5 most points per game in the league as a defense since week 9. Yardage, they are in the top 3 or top 4, one or the other. Points per game, we already did that. Yardage a game, I mean, they allow so much yardage, so many points. They're literally one of the worst ranked defenses in the last 8 weeks. I don't think there's any other way to kind of describe it. That's exactly what has happened. So I can't defend a team and make excuses for a team to be doing better, who's doing good, doing bad, or whatever, if the defense, led by a head coach who's defensive-minded, can't do their job in 8 weeks. And, mind you, the coach deflecting the blame to the players over him. That he's calling the right plays, but the defense isn't executing. That's the sorriest excuse from a head coach I've ever heard. I don't even care if this gets to him personally. It's the sorriest excuse you can make, is to pin it all on your players when you yourself will not take accountability for the poor play calls you have made and have not adjusted to the offense. That is the issue with Todd Bowles. Yes, there has been execution issues from the players at times. I've seen it. I know. We saw that on that big touchdown. I get it. I'm still saying that there is a problem here with the calls. And when the calls are made wrong, the defense has to adjust for it, and they have to save the day. And they can't always do that. And that's how big plays happen, is because you make the wrong play call, and the defense can't adjust to it.
Win at home. He'll be in Tampa next weekend. Here's
and look at that. Shook off a tackle from Vita and Parrish.
Dolphins first down. Buccaneers certainly hope they will be there.
It's just aggravating. It's like nobody wants to win this division.
3rd down and 7 for Ewers and the Dolphins.
Quick slant. They don't want the touchdown. They just want the points.
Made by Parrish.
That's passive play calling from Mike McDaniel there.
Patterson's kick good. Dolphins now lead by 10.
They went more conservative on that. Actually, like, we'll just take the points if we don't get a play here.
Get to the 45.
That wasn't a bad throw, not a bad choice, but hard to hold on to the ball in that situation.
And now they get some.
No back support again. Once again, no support. Watch. He's completely wide open. Diaby just freezes trying to swat it, and there's no back support. It took Winfield to get him, and that's the safety. Again, Winfield's going coast to coast trying to save everything for this defense, and he cannot always be the savior. They have to realize that. At some point, you've got to call a good play.
3rd down and 9.
Oh, that's a hard hit.
Caught, but just shy of a first down. Cedric Wilson tackled by Diaby.
Okay.
Start from the 22-yard line.
Free run.
Mayfield's pass is complete to Abuka.
First time we said Abuka's name today, by the way. Maybe second. And there's McMillan.
First down and more, McMillan.
He really does fit that role of a slot receiver well. Not as an outside guy.
Territory now. Mayfield able to stay on his feet. Looked as if he was going to
got
be
that.
sacked.
Okay.
And then he finds his man Evans.
Keeps his eyes downfield, still gets a completion.
Evans gained 11.
And that's picked. That's picked. Are we serious? I'm going to bug out. Are we genuinely serious? What the heck, Baker? This is definitely Baker here. He made the decision to attack deep, but look. Lingering right there. How he didn't see Ashton Davis sitting there, I'm not going to understand.
Today it's Davis. Ashton Davis with his 9th career pick.
Dolphins defense, Dolphins secondary.
Listen, I'm sure Ashton made a great play here, but I don't know how Baker doesn't see him converging there to pick up the route on Abuka. I don't know how he doesn't see him lingering.
There's a lot going on with this Bucs team right now.
And finally, the defense gets a good stop there.
Morrison.
That's the rookie Morrison from, I think, Notre Dame. I think that's the story. Empty set. Check down. Take it. It's aggravating, y'all. It's really aggravating.
Obviously, they'll shoot for a touchdown if not kick a field goal.
Oh, the middle got it to the soft spot with Godwin down to the 50. Oh, they got to get this on 4th and 1. Once again, Godwin anchoring the offense. Like I've been saying, it's been Chris doing the work today. A lot of this offense has been quiet outside of him. And McMillan. I got to include McMillan in that. Jalen's done a lot today too. It's been all Jalen and Chris.
2nd down and 3. Mayfield hit from behind, ball came loose.
Who's got it? They get back on it.
We mentioned he was very close to some big incentives.
Big fella. Listen, Bradley. You're too big of a man to be celebrating like this.
We mentioned he was very close.
What is this? What is this dance? I know you're leading. I can't say anything. But, dude, you got to pick a better celly than that. My gosh. That's awful.
Mr. All-World, they're working against his backup.
Yeah, it's against Chukwuma, which I knew was going to be a problem. Blind side was going to get weakened. That was a matchup I was afraid of.
He's dancing. Dolphins dancing. It is all good for the Dolphins right now. What a play, Bradley Chubb.
Bradley Chubb's been a good find for this team.
Bradley Chubb, who missed last season with the torn ACL.
Did they get it?
Two-time Pro Bowler.
Who got it?
First 5 years in Denver.
Miami got it. Okay, Miami recovered the fumble.
Between the Buccaneers and Panthers next
so that's all because of the injury there, honestly.
That's what you want to see at the end of the year.
So here's one thing I do want to do, y'all. I want to go back. I want to take a look at this one more time. In this pursuit, where did he go wrong? Okay, let's study the old lineman here. I'm going to see if I can slow this down. Can we slow it down? Be nice if we could. Yeah, we can't. All right, whatever. So I'm going to mute it, and we're just going to take a look at this slowly, frame by frame, if we can. Okay, so as he's pursuing, you see he goes out immediately, and he's like setting himself up to go alongside Chubb. Chubb immediately starts swinging his hands down to get the arms down from slamming him in the chest. And he does a good job here, and he just continues to take this sharp outside angle to get to Mayfield, and what's happening is the tackle is trying to keep up with him. He's trying to push him and derail him, but he never gets his hands on him. And he can't hold him back because if you do this and you put your arm around him to restrict him, that's a holding call, which is even worse. Although, in actuality, if you commit the holding here, I think that's better than losing the ball on a fumble. So there's times where I kind of accept the holding penalty, and there's times where I don't. And I think in that situation, when you get beat, just try your best. But that's the outcome from the blind side. On the blind side, I'd rather you hold the guy than actually let that happen. So that's my 2 cents. But essentially, Chubb took a great angle on the outside, then was able to round it to the QB. The tackle was never able to keep up from him. He got a good jump on him, good first step. Couldn't, just the sliding, the shifting, he was just not there.
Panthers next week. Like these guys aren't playing their best football. That's what you want to see at the end of the year.
And the defense gets another big stop, as they should have been from the get-go. They locked down in the fourth quarter, but if you look at the other 45 minutes, they're just not there. Godwin again, hit the soft zone, free run. Oh, we love that. When I tell y'all that Godwin's the secret weapon for this team, I wasn't kidding. 7 catches, 108, a touchdown. Yep, that sounds about right. Monster day for him. Monster day.
First and goal from the Dolphins 4. Mayfield throws. End zone.
Touchdown, Evans. Soft spot. There you go. Godwin was the inside guy until Ibuka went into motion and got to the left side. Once that happened, Ibuka takes over that role, and he's going to bounce out in this trio look from the line. Godwin's going to roll right, and then you're going to see Evans come underneath, roll up, and then back to the outside to the sideline. Right there, because God wants to go over the middle. They trap him up there. Then you got a free man, because by doing that, Evans is able to go up and get free. This guy here doesn't see that Evans is getting behind him, so the DB sticks his hip to Emeka, which opens the door for Mike here.
Goes out and busted coverage again, so you have
it's not, you could call it a busted coverage, yes, but it's because of that collision route that was created by Chris Godwin there that opened that up, and that's a good thing. You can get away with that sometimes. Almost got there. Almost.
They will play one another for the division next week.
I didn't want to read that because that kind of spoils the highlights we were watching, but what I'm saying now is this opens the door for Carolina here. Before I saw that and got spoiled, but the door would open for Carolina here against Seattle. If Carolina beats the Seahawks, they win the division this week. If they now lose, they go into Week 18 having to face each other. We'll find out if Carolina won or lost the game in the next highlight, but let's just talk about what it is. Quinn Ewers, the Miami offense, a great first 45 minutes that really told the story of how this game was supposed to go. Their offense exposed a weak Tampa Bay defense, an underperforming defense, and the Bucs offense, a couple mistakes from Baker really cost them in this one, and it's unfortunate, but I believe if they wouldn't have thrown those interceptions, they probably would have won this game. Those 2 promising drives that got them towards the red zone died because of those interceptions. So Baker definitely has some blame in this one. The play calling has some blame. There's enough to go around here, but at the end of the day, Tampa just has to focus on next week.